But don't use our freedom for immorality or the flesh, for pleasure seeking. Use our freedom to love and serve others. Because when we love others as ourselves, we are fulfilling all the laws of the Scripture.
That's the late Gary Smalley on today's Focus on the Family. Gary, a man who gave such profound marriage and parenting wisdom, and he wasn't afraid to admit he didn't always have it together. We mentioned that at the top of the program, John. It was so true, and that's what was so refreshing when we heard his humor and heard how he would weave a story. From a practical standpoint, let me just recap those 4 big ideas, which, as a father of 2 sons, they hit me right square in the heart. He said to humble yourself, to love God, love others, and rejoice in the trials of life. Those are 4 great points to do as a parent and to impart to your children. And he reminded us to meditate on those principles throughout the day, not just once in a while, but throughout the day. And I think you'll find that God will help counteract those feelings of pride and greed and ungratefulness that can creep into us, especially in today's culture. And in a moment, we're going to play Gary's final closing prayer, and I want you to hear that.
And in the meantime, we have a number of related articles about building your child's faith and family devotionals that tie in with what Gary talked about. These are extremely popular, and print off these devotionals and try them. Also order a CD or download of this tribute presentation to the late Gary Smalley at focusonthefamily.com/radio, or when you call 800-232-6459. And let me mention that we'll send a CD of this broadcast to you as our way of saying thank you for your generous donation of support to Focus.
Please join me today at the 3 o'clock hour because we're going to find out to get a lifetime of peace. How do we do that? Lisa Murray, author of that new book, is going to tell us. And then at the 4 o'clock hour, if you miss the show of Reuven Duvan talking about the footsteps of the Apostles' Cruise, it'll be up on that hour. You won't want to miss it. It's going to be awesome. So join me. That's 3 o'clock and 4.
Warning, do not drink milk while watching the hilarious clean comedy videos at GodTube.com. Extended viewing of Safe for the Family comedy at GodTube.com from Christian comedians like Tim Hawkins, Anita Renfro, Bob Smiley, and more may lead to crippling side effects, such as watery eyes, runny nose, and a bright red face. At GodTube.com, non-offensive, good, clean humor leads to giggles, guffaws, and howls. Some even experience ROFL. Rolling on the floor laughing. GodTube.com may be...
The Spirit, 94.7 WFIA FM, New Albany, Louisville, is a service of Salem Media Group. Online at WFIAFM.com. New Life Live is sponsored by New Life Ministries on WFIA.
Steve Arterburn here for New Life Live. Thanks for joining me and John Townsend and Henry Cloud. You know, over there in Hebrews 12:4, it says that, and 6, it says that the Lord disciplines those that He loves, and He punishes those He accepts as His children. If you're going through a tough time like that, maybe we can give you some help and encouragement here today on New Life Live. 1-800-229-3000 to join us by phone. Hi, Steve Arterburn here. Welcome to a special edition of New Life Live. This is Classic Friday, and all of our calls have already been taken and answered many, many months or years ago. We brought back some of the best. So welcome to New Life Live on Classic Friday.
I feel that I'm just there to fulfill His sexual needs.
Love does endure all things, but it doesn't enable all evil.
That's the big ugly. I was asking for the big ugly.
Women are thinking, if this doesn't work out, give me a call. But
first, you just try to stop. But if that's not working, then it's time to put out the white flag and say, I surrender. I can't get this done.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to New Life Live. Stephen Arterburn here with Dr. John Townsend and Dr. Henry Cloud. And your phone calls. Hi, John. Hi, Henry.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, guys. You having a good day?
Oh, I'm having a good day. I was laughing at some things we got in the mail over here, but people can't see them. So
no, they can't.
What a way to start off the show. You know, get everybody jazzed up and encouraged, and let's go out. And all the way, you're going to be disciplined and punished. Now, Steve, I feel like taking on the world now.
It's really.
What did you say?
It's the power of negative scripture. Well, I was talking about how Hebrews 12, 4, 5, and 6 talks about that, God disciplines, though it says right here, He disciplines those that He loves, and He punishes those that He accepts as His children. And a lot of people are going through that, and they need encouragement as they go through.
Actually, we do need the encouragement of knowing what that means.
Right.
Because what it does and it produces, if we understand it, it's really good. That's good news.
Do you see a difference in the discipline and the punishment referred to here, or are they? Do you think the Scripture's just referring to the same negative, horrible things that are occurring in your life?
I think it's a little poetic.
Yeah.
Poetic, yeah.
Yeah. We know what punishment means and doesn't mean.
Right.
And you have to interpret it in light of that. For somebody that has faith in Jesus, you don't have to worry about punishment in terms of, you're getting a spanking or a bad consequence to pay for what you've done.
Mm-hmm.
That just does not exist. You will never pay for anything you've done in terms of that sense of paying the penalty. Jesus did that.
And
but what it does mean
let me just say this one thing. And if you did, God is the one running the world. He could come up with some really amazing punishments to make you pay. So what we experience,
right. And it's not held up in the court system either.
Right.
It would have come by now.
Right, exactly. Okay, go ahead.
It's His mercy, that kind of has the time thing. But it's just like you said. It's just like a parent. When one of my daughters, really the older one, because the younger one is a little too young for this, but when she does something that is so small, it's insignificant, should you really have to pay for that? No, I'd, probably do the same thing every day.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
anybody's going to get in. It's amazing.
There's probably enough theaters, though.
Yeah, I would think so. So exciting to see what's going on. Big article in USA Today. And
what did it say?
Oh, it gave the historical background and laid out the characters and in just about as objective, factual style as you'll ever see anything represented in any newspaper anywhere. It was fantastic. It's just such a great thing to see so much about Christ right here before Easter, right before Ash Wednesday.
Well, you know what else is happening? It's not just about the film. Like I was watching something, I think it was a Dateline special. This happened, and what do scholars say? And it was just, more attention being drawn to the reality of his life and who he was and what he did and that he did come.
Tell you, I think it takes a lot more faith not to believe than to believe.
Oh,
just so much evidence of change, so much evidence of God's presence in creation, in our own lives. I keep bringing up 12-step groups, but you go to these meetings and you see what God has done in these people's lives, and you kind of walk away with the idea that, maybe He could do that in mine too.
Mm-hmm.
Very hard to be an atheist.
But you know what? If you're out there listening and you never have taken that plunge, then to walk around and wonder and think and debate is not the way you're going to find out. The way you're going to find out is to look up at the sky and ask Him to come. Invite Him.
Yeah.
And He will show up in your life.
So simple. Jesus, enter my heart. I accept You as the price for my sins.
It's so simple.
I can't get to heaven on my own.
Help
You
me.
paid the price. I can do it through You.
So simple.
Too simple for many people.
Well, it's really what we're ultimately talking about here is the restoration of the created order of God the Father, and we are His children. And how simple is it? It's as simple as when a baby looks up and turns to mother for the very first moment in the delivery room and trusts. She, or he reaches out and makes that connection. They don't know I am right.
Yeah. Well, let's go to Nancy in Napa, California. KNDL is the station. Hi, Nancy. Welcome to New Life.
Hi.
Hi.